Welcome back to another episode of Rewind. This time, we're rewinding with my good friend Elizabeth Marvel.
What's up?
Which is not really your last name.
Not my real last name.
That's what I thought. I should know better. I don't. But we are going to talk about Justice League because, and this is going to be cool because normally we talk about stuff before we see a movie or after we've seen the movie, but we have not discussed this yet.
No.
At all.
At all.
At all, yeah, no.
Have not shared
I've seen you multiple times since then, but have not actually discussed this movie with you. So, first big DC team up.
Yep.
And numbers weren't great. They kept dropping as they kept getting closer to the release date. But that doesn't make a difference to me because numbers are numbers and expected numbers. So it's now been out for about 3 weeks. I've seen it twice. Yes, I have supported it twice.
I also saw it twice.
Yeah. So
I did not support it either time.
So how did you feel about it? Yeah, she did get paid.
I got paid to be there.
Movie.
I did like it. They still have things to work on.
Okay.
But I thought they did a decent go of it.
Okay.
I mean, obviously
better than Batman vs Superman?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Some people
that thing was such a what a freaking turd, that movie. I will never see it again. Ever. Unless you pay me
HBO?
a boatload of money.
No. You just turn it off.
If it's on, I will just keep
scrolling to look for something else.
Yeah, there's Netflix, for God's sake. I don't need that crap.
So where do you rank it then? Of the DC movies. So Wonder Woman's up there.
Oh, of the DC movies?
Yeah. We have Wonder Woman, you have Superman, Man of Steel.
Are we including all of the Batmans as well?
No.
Okay.
No.
None of the Christian Bale Batmans.
New DC.
All the new DC.
Yes. The trilogy is left alone.
Maybe two.
Yeah, that's where my ranking is.
Well, what would even go before? Because I don't know.
Wonder Woman goes number one.
I feel like Wonder Woman might be on the same level for me.
Oh, really?
That. Yeah. I enjoyed Wonder Woman for sure. But there were also things that I think they could have done differently.
Yes. That is. What would you want different in Wonder Woman?
I think it was definitely a slower paced film than all the other ones. Growing.
I mean, we know about Batman, we know about Superman. We don't know that much about Wonder Woman.
Right.
As I thought it needed to be that slower background.
I don't know. My whole thing is like, with all of these films, with Marvel films, with Star Wars, with Star Trek even, like, all the guys just get to be guys. I get to go and do whatever the hell I want and, throw some dudes around and, like, pound a couple beers and, like, be a bro. And it's like, well, she has to have, like, a romantic thing and she has to have a heart. And I know that's her character, but it's like, she's a friggin' badass, too. Same thing with Black Widow. Black Widow, like, she has to have this, like, whole background where, like, she can't have kids and, like, no, she also kicks some serious ass. Like, we need to showcase that stuff more than, like, let's not forget they're female. Like, we get it, dude. They have boobs. Like, move on.
You don't feel like Wonder Woman didn't get rid of that a little bit?
No, they definitely played up the whole... She's feminine and she has a conscience and she cares about not harming other people and she just wants peace and love and and that's all well and fine, but we don't get that from any of the male action heroes.
Superman, I'd say we do. Not as much because he did destroy a whole town.
And plus his whole thing is like Lois Lane and his mom.
Yes.
And I love Superman. I'm so tired of what they've done with Superman.
Yeah.
I cannot stand this Lois Lane. I've said that before.
Really?
I will continue to say I freaking am so sick of this Lois Lane.
Wow.
I'm tired of her being in films. I'm tired of them making her character more important than it needs to be, especially with the first one. Like, why was she in a flight suit? Why was she up there on the jet? What did she have any business doing helping the military at all? Just say, hey, I've got this idea. Go execute it. She has no business being in the plane with them. Sorry. I just really don't care for her.
Okay.
At all. And it's not Amy Adams' fault. It's not her fault. Just the character fucking sucks.
And then, so we get introduced to 2 new characters.
Yep. Well, new to the films.
New to the films.
Yes.
Cyborg and The Flash. Now, have you ever seen The Flash DC show?
Well, Aquaman as well.
And Aquaman as well, yes. Yeah. 3. So, have you ever seen The Flash TV show?
I tried to watch it. I have to go back. I hear it gets better.
Okay.
It did not grab me the
Right away.
first season, but
Okay.
I'm gonna have to give it. But I feel that way about all the DC shows they've had out so far.
Okay.
There's not been a single DC show that I've been able to continue watching.
Okay.
So
They're not for everybody.
I'm trying really hard.
Okay, so then you don't have the comparison to see, because a lot of people were arguing that you have a good Flash, you should keep that same Flash.
I do agree with that. I don't understand why, like, but Marvel does the same thing, and it drives me crazy. Like, why is it that you can't use who you already have, include them in the films, and have? I think that would be a wonderful bridge between the two, because so many franchises miss the boat on that. Like, you have a successful TV show, you have a successful movie. There's no reason why they can't overlap back and forth, and I really think they both missed the boat on doing that. But I definitely agree with that. They did. Everybody likes that Flash from the TV show. There's no reason why he couldn't have been in the film. However,
Do you like Ezra Miller?
I did like Ezra Miller a lot. There's,
Did you think it was weird? I've only recently heard this. Does he look like he's not running correctly, or does it look off-putting?
I don't know shit about running.
Okay.
Hello.
Fair.
But I mean, it's a superhero thing.
Okay.
His run is probably going to be very different than anybody else's because he runs a hell of a lot faster than anybody else.
I didn't notice it. I'm just, bringing up things that people notice.
who cares? The fact that people nitpick it that hard.
Yes, they
like,
do.
Really.
After being fit, I think...
He's not Usain Bolt. Like,
yeah, I also think this is also what happens when you deliver bad movies over time.
Oh, yeah. People are just in line to shit on you.
Yeah, we're now waiting to see
Absolutely.
what you're messing up. So, like, the things that I wouldn't notice in Marvel movies,
oh, yeah.
I notice twice as much.
And you care. And you care.
You're like, you couldn't do this?
Yeah.
And you also...
But I think that's why I feel the way I feel about Wonder Woman. I really do, because I'm already like, let's see how they screw this one up,
Yeah.
But... yeah, so I guess probably Wonder Woman and Justice League are tied for me.
Tied for you?
I think so. Because they were both very entertaining, but there were some missteps along the way.
Cool.
Sorry.
What would be your least favorite thing in Justice League?
Again, Lois Lane. I just think in general, Henry Cavill and Amy Adams, they just are not bringing the chemistry for me. I could definitely feel that her Lois loves Clark and cares about Superman. I've never once felt the same from him towards her.
I thought they did in that cornfield
when
scene.
he tries, no, not at all. He was just acting. There was no like, and I love Henry Cavill. I will see him in anything. He is
really
very
excited to see him in
attractive.
that new Mission Impossible movie.
He was great in Man from U.N.C.L.E. Go see it if you haven't. But standing there in that cornfield, I wasn't like, oh, Clark. No, not at all.
My ring. Yeah.
Not at all. And that wasn't even in the
That wasn't
film.
even in the film, yeah.
There was a lot of scenes in the trailer that we did not get in the film.
That's correct.
And that was one of them for sure.
There was tons of reshoots for this movie, so we have no
Well,
idea.
yeah, nice job with the mustache, Henry. I mean, hello, special effects, they could have pasted one
I
on
didn't
him. It's
even
ridiculous.
notice it.
No, it wasn't. That's the thing. They CGI'd it in some shots, and then he came back and he reshot when he was done with that film.
Yeah.
But again, why they couldn't have just pasted one on him in the other film?
Oh, no,
we have come so far.
Paramount was already in that deal, so they couldn't do that.
I'm just saying, it's crazy.
So that was your least favorite. Then what was your favorite?
You know what? I also didn't like the way the bad guy died. I just felt like...
Oh, he also doesn't die.
Okay. But I don't like the way that they defeated him.
Oh, yeah.
It was very weak to me. It was very weak.
That's true.
Like, it was like,
they didn't really commit to doing it. Something else caused them back. And now that was due probably to try to continue the reason for you need them get them back together again.
Yeah.
Because when that summoning call calls them up, that's
something else.
Darkseid.
Okay.
So they went with I'm forgetting whatever this guy's name was. He has a bigger bad, and he's a Batman's big bad. And they use him other places, and I think his name is.
See, now I'm drawing a blank on his name too.
Yeah,
but I know
the movie didn't have an everlasting appeal to me.
Yeah.
I'm excited they did some comic book favorites, like having Cyborg say "booyah," but I had to wait all the way to the end. A lot of people had a problem with its interface, and I'm like, listen, this is the first time that it came to.
Again, I don't know because I haven't read the comics, so I don't know what you're looking for. But I didn't have any issues with his character at all.
This is going to be my third Cyborg, but not from comics. From the original Teen Titans back in the day, WB ones, and then Teen Titans Go that my son watches. So I had those two different ones. To compare. And and they gave him the full body in the montage at the end. So I was okay with that. Yeah. And it's really hard to go from comic book, especially on something that we don't have.
That was another part in the trailer when he's like, "You better move." That wasn't in the film.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Didn't happen.
Yeah, and they did. And here's the weird part: that actor released some of the pictures of him prior because they actually gave him more of a backstory in the previous before the reshoots.
Really? Okay.
So they actually had him playing football and him going through it with him.
I think they did do a decent job of giving a little bit of background for each. Barry Allen, a little bit. I mean, we already kind of know because of the TV show.
Yeah, but the Barry Allen one dropped the ball majorly because they had him being goofy. Like, he's a funny character, but he's not a stupid character. He's actually really smart. So,
I think there was somebody was talking about him having Asperger's, and that was part of it.
And that's the redesign of Warner Brothers trying to pick up on current stipulations,
like Big Bang Theory.
But that's not. I mean, I'm good with it because I loved the way that they did it in Power Rangers.
Okay, yeah.
The way that they did it in with Billy was way more subtle. You appreciated it more, and they didn't. And he's saying it. Yeah, I'm on the spectrum and everything with Billy. This one, they were just the Flash that you've known for years and you've seen in all the Justice League movies, and that was never the Flash.
The Flash is kind of like, at least to me, is kind of like their Spider-Man, where he's young, he's witty, he's got these quippy little one-liners that may be, not appropriate for the setting and what's going on. He's just, but he's always kind of on.
And
I did like that about. I do like that about his
he has a learning aspect, but he doesn't really learn anything. And what superhero is really scared to fight in the beginning? Like, he already has a suit. If you have a suit, why are you scared to be the hero?
Well, because like he said, he just runs fast. He pushes things out of the way and he runs away, and that's okay. I mean, you could still get shit done. Like, he saved a bunch of people, and that was the whole point.
That was the point. Save one person or something.
Yeah. Just save one.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. But so Aquaman, they also gave a little bit of the background talking about who his mother was and how he basically left Atlantis and that whole thing.
And this is the reason why he's coming back.
Right.
We're real quick. The reason he talks in the bubble.
Yep.
That's not going to happen for the next movie.
Okay. Well, I didn't think so.
Yeah, it's silly that they talk in a bubble. He could breathe on the water. Why do you need a bubble to talk?
Right.
Like, it doesn't. It was really silly.
Agreed.
There's a lot of things that I think will be fixed over time, but I think what they first need to do is just get a really good, someone to manage the whole entire system.
And stop hiring Zack Snyder.
And although people are asking for the Zack Snyder cut.
Why?
Because
this is part of the reason I'm not looking forward to Aquaman, because I am so sick and tired of Zack Snyder and his crap films and his dark ass filter that he puts over everything. It's
the DC
filter. I love Jason. I'm glad that he's doing these big budget films, but I'm telling you right now, Aquaman's gonna be crap. It's gonna be crap, and it's so disappointing. I'm already disappointed for it.
I don't know. Jason Momoa is amazing.
But again, he can only do so much. He's not the writer. He's not the director. He's not the editor. And DC has a history of editing their crap so poorly.
So much.
And that's exactly what the problem with Batman vs. Superman was. They shot so much stuff.
This problem with Batman
and same thing with Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad, they shot so much stuff that we're never going to see because they edited it to death and ruined it. And that's the exact problem.
I don't know why they can't figure that out.
With BVS.
Yeah, so.
But again, this one I enjoyed. I enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed all the interactions. They all had really good chemistry with one another. Again, not Superman and Lois Lane for whatever reason. Henry, hello. Girl loves you. We'll give a little back. But
has he been in other really good love scenes that you felt it?
No, I've never felt it with him.
Anywhere.
Which is a shame because I would like to.
Yeah.
But he is in...
Favorite superhero.
What was it? The Tudors? He's in The Tudors, I want to say. Where he's some kind of Renaissance playboy kind of thing. I haven't seen that. Okay. But I'm interested.
That's a TV show one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good show. I've only seen the first 2 seasons, but yeah, really good.
Okay.
I don't remember him in it though.
Well, then maybe it's not The Tudors I'm thinking, but maybe it's something else. Regardless, there's something where he's some kind of Renaissance Don Juan or whatever.
Okay.
I'm like, eh.
Some Casanova.
I mean, I like him with the beard.
You do?
Keep growing.
You like
I mean,
the
I do like
beard.
beards.
Beard
But
and man
again,
buns.
I mean, excuse me, Jason has a man bun.
Yeah, but Jason Momoa was Khal Drogo, so it's
Yeah.
yeah.
With a man bun.
That different times.
Regardless.
Different
Anyway,
times.
but yeah, no. So I did like it. I will say, I know a lot of people crap on Affleck and his Batman.
He makes a great Bruce Wayne.
I loved the way they made a point to be like, don't forget, he's human. He gets beat to shit.
They do say that.
And I really appreciate that they were like, yeah, he's doing all this stuff, he's putting himself out there, but he's still mortal and breakable. Everybody else kind of seems to bounce back, and he's like, oh, broke a rib, and and I do appreciate that because they don't really touch on that. And I mean, even the Christian Bale films, like, yeah, he broke his back, whatever, but they don't show the aches and pains, and they don't show the private side like that. It was just more like, okay, now I'm gonna show you a montage of how I get back on my feet and get my strength back and all that stuff. So I thought they did a good job with that.
Okay. And what's going to be... So the next one that we're seeing from there... Suicide Squad starts filming in 2018, so that's the next big team matchup. It's
just going to be the Will Smith show again. We never talked about Suicide Squad either.
Yeah, well, we missed that, but we haven't started doing this yet.
I know.
That's why.
True.
So, hey guys, we said we would do it. We did it. And we will be back for Star Wars The Last Jedi. Roundtable, maybe. Figuring stuff out. And... hey, we're going to continue doing this.
Yep.
Probably, most likely.
Why not?
Why not?
I mean...
and we're here. And we watch movies. She watches a lot more. Found that out. I knew I watch a lot, but did not know you watched that many.
Yeah, it's around... So it was 165 last year. I'll probably hit 170 this year before the new year.
Whoop, whoop.
Here's hoping.
All right, guys. Have a good time, and we'll see you guys again here back whenever we do this again. Peace. It needs to go what?
Move it down.
All right. I'll hold that. It's recording.
Oh, can't you do it?
No, you can't angle it down.
I don't know. It's your camera. Okay, no, that's too far. That's good.